Last week's episode of 1923 Season 2, Episode 5, Only Gunshots to Guide Us, left viewers gutted. The mountain teeth of monsters isn't exactly the calm before the storm. This is the storm before the storm. Alex is still not in Montana, and neither is Spencer. Meanwhile, Whitfield is making life hell for everyone, and the episode makes it clear that a major showdown is on the horizon. As Season 2 of 1923 has progressed, the focus has been on the brutality of both winter and man. In Episode 6, the coming of spring is marked by bloodshed and violence rather than renewal. At least 7 people lose their lives, and as the body count rises, the question lingers. How many more will perish before the season ends? In the previous episode, Pete attempted to flee upon spotting Father Renan and Marshal Kent while searching for water. However, Kent pursued and killed him. Episode 6 opens with Renan realizing that Kent is a murderer, a monster who takes pleasure in killing Native Americans. Though Kent had been acting on a personal vendetta, Renan had only sought his help to bring a girl to justice. Faced with the horror of Kent's actions, Renan turns against his colleague, unwilling to witness more innocent bloodshed. Both men are malevolent in their own ways. Their methods of control simply differ. The tone for the remainder of the show is set when Renan guns Kent down in a moment of defiance. Bloodshed is inevitable. McDowell finally hears Spencer's voice on the other end of the line, learning he is on his way. This revelation comes after Marshal Fawcett called him in the previous episode to vouch for the man in her custody. In Episode 6, McDowell rushes to the Dutton ranch to share his concerns, along with some good news. Given the loose tongues of switchboard operators, McDowell warns Jacob that Banner may already know Spencer is returning. This means Spencer must be escorted out of the train station before Banner's men can reach him. Jacob takes a group of cowboys from the Livestock Commission and heads to Livingston Station, planning to wait there for 3 days until Spencer's safe return. He knows that his enemies who have been eyeing his ranch will not hesitate to kill Spencer upon arrival. Meanwhile, Banner's soldiers spread the word that Spencer is a combat hero with a fiery temper. Initially doubtful that a young Dutton could match his power, Banner changes his mind upon learning Spencer fought in the 1st Infantry at Argonne, likely the only survivor of his battalion. Banner instructs Clyde to gather an army and head to the train station, determined to eliminate Spencer the moment he steps off the train. A ticket master attempts to help Spencer by rerouting him to Billings due to a storm and snow drifts blocking the tracks. As a result, Spencer is delayed. Jake, eager for battle, leaves the ranch to meet his uncle at the station, despite Jacob's orders to stay behind and protect the land. Along the way, Jake encounters Clyde and one of Banner's men, mistaking them for Livestock Commission agents due to their badges. He assumes they are heading to the train depot to join Jacob. However, once Clyde learns of Jake's identity, he seizes the opportunity and kills him on the spot. Jake's body may never be found. Banner and his men likely dispose of it in a remote area, preventing the Dutton family from giving him a proper burial. Jacob had just mentioned at the beginning of the episode that it had been a long time since the dining table was full. The devil seemed to listen, sending his demons to hunt the family down one by one. Elizabeth's spirit will be crushed by Jake's death, and her fate remains uncertain. She may either leave Yellowstone with a baby in her womb or take her own life, much like her mother-in-law Emma did after John Dutton Sr.'s death. If she survives, another miscarriage could drive her to move to Boston to live with her mother. Whatever happens, Banner has nearly wiped out John Dutton Sr.'s entire lineage, leaving Spencer and his successors to carry on the family legacy. Tiana and Run's worry about Pete when he fails to return for the night and set out to find him. They are devastated upon discovering his fate. Run's, determined to honor the boy's sacrifice, decides to perform final rites. However, believing they are now safe, they choose to head home rather than continue their journey to Mexico. This proves to be a grave mistake. Run's assumes the danger has passed and lights a campfire at night. But Renan, hidden in the bushes, seizes the moment to strike. He shoots Run's and then turns his gun on Tiana, intending to save her soul from eternal damnation. He demands her forgiveness, but Tiana refuses to submit. She has only ever killed in self-defense. When Renan attempts to shoot her, his gun runs out of ammunition. Tiana retaliates, stabbing him and ending his life. Now alone, Tiana must make the rest of the journey to the Crow Reservation. With Renan gone and both her father and lover dead, the road ahead is long and uncertain. Devastated by Pete's death, she questions the purpose of life, but Run's dying words remind her that they must survive to prove their existence. Along the way, she may cross paths with Marshall Fawcett, who could help her reconnect with her people. Meanwhile, Alex has met the English couple Hillary and Paul on a train. They invite her to stay with them until the snowdrift clears. Moved by her love story, they decide to help her reunite with Spencer. Though it seems like a grand adventure, the harsh winter soon turns their journey into a nightmare. Paul offers to drive 1,500 miles to drop Alex off in Montana, but the brutal storm complicates their plans. Near the end of episode 6, a woman at a gas station warns Alex to abandon the journey and take a train from Sheridan instead, as there are no more fuel stops along the way. Alex ignores the warning and Paul keeps driving, only to realize the gas meter is dropping rapidly. Paul and Hillary suggest that Alex take a blanket and rest for the night. When she wakes up the next morning, a horrifying sight awaits her. Paul's body lies near the car, while Hillary has frozen to death. The deep snowdrift has buried their vehicle, leaving no sign of help in sight. Now Alex's only hope is nature itself. She must find a way to survive if she ever wants to see Spencer again.